Good evening. News headlines today. International news. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the past year has seen significant breakthroughs in malaria prevention and control, a senior official of the United Nations Health Agency said. United Nations marks the 36th anniversary of the accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, April 26, 1986, one of the most serious nuclear accidents in history. Hundreds of thousands of people were affected by radiation. Some 350,000 people were forced to leave their homes in severely contaminated areas, with a deeply traumatic and lasting impact on their lives. The Chernobyl disaster was contained by governments working with academics and civil society for the common good. The Memorial to the Firefighters of Chernobyl, a monument that pays tribute to the first responders to the disaster in April 1986. Many of these firefighters were exposed to large doses of radiation in the minutes and hours following the accident. Reports UN News. 5 railway stations have come under attack in central and western Ukraine. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Russia is trying to brutalize parts of Ukraine, but failing in its war aims. He was speaking after meeting Ukraine President Zelensky in Kyiv on Sunday, the highest-level U.S. visit since Russia's invasion began. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who also went to Kyiv, said the U.S. wanted to see Russia militarily weakened. Russia has said it will suspend attacks on the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol to allow civilians to leave, but Ukraine has demanded written security guarantees. Reports BBC. NATO warships arrive at Finnish port for training exercises. 3 NATO warships arrived in the southwestern Finnish port of Turku on Monday to train with Finland's navy as Helsinki considers the possibility of joining the U.S.-led alliance amid increased tensions with Russia over Ukraine. Finland and neighboring Sweden are close partners with NATO but have shied away from joining the 30-member alliance, founded in 1949 to counter the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Panic buying in Beijing stores amid COVID lockdown fears. A mass COVID-19 testing order in Beijing's biggest district prompted residents in the Chinese capital to stock up on groceries, fearing they could be destined for a lockdown similar to that of Shanghai, which entered a 4th week of bitter isolation. Reports Reuters. Myanmar military court delays verdict in Suu Kyi corruption trial. A Myanmar junta court on Monday postponed giving its first verdict in the corruption trial of ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi, a case which may see the Nobel laureate jailed for 15 years. Suu Kyi, 76, has been detained since the generals staged a coup and ousted her government in February last year, ending the Southeast Asian country's brief period of democracy. World's oldest person dies in Japan aged 119. Born on January 2, 1903, the year of the Wright brothers' first controlled flight of their motor-driven airplane, Tanaka was confirmed by Guinness World Records in 2019 as the oldest living person. Reports Times of India. India News. Gujarat MLA Jignesh Mavani was rearrested in a new case today just after he was granted bail by a court in Assam in a case over tweets on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Heroin worth 1,439 Indian rupees crore seized near Kandla port in Gujarat. The heroin was recovered from one of the 17 containers which had arrived at the Kandla port from Iran between September and October last year. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence has seized 205.6 kilograms heroin worth 1,439 Indian rupees crore from a container near Kandla port in Gujarat and arrested an importer from Punjab in this connection following an extensive search operation. Over 35 lakh students to appear in Class 10th, 12th exams starting tomorrow, April 26th. The board has made elaborate arrangements for the conduct of examinations in India and in 26 countries abroad. As many as 21,16,209 Class 10 students have registered for the Term 2 Class 10 exams, and 14,54,370 students of Class 12 have registered to appear for the Class 12 exams. Majority of India's 900 million workforce stop looking for jobs, says report from the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy Private Limited, a private research firm in Mumbai. Frustrated at not being able to find the right kind of job, millions of Indians, particularly women, are exiting the labor force entirely. A growing number of people are no longer even looking for work. More than half of the 900 million Indians of legal working age, roughly the population of the US and Russia combined, don't want a job, according to the CMIE. Many of them survive on rental income, the pensions of elderly household members, or government transfers. For women, the reasons sometimes relate to safety or time-consuming responsibilities at home. Though they represent 49% of India's population, women contribute only 18% of its economic output, about half the global average. Reports NDTV. Business news. Twitter is poised to agree a sale to Elon Musk for around $43 billion in cash, the price the chief executive of Tesla has called his best and final offer for the social media company. Musk, the world's richest person according to a tally by Forbes, is negotiating to buy Twitter in a personal capacity, and Tesla is not involved in the deal. Reports Reuters. Gautam Adani overtakes Warren Buffett to become world's fifth richest person. According to Forbes estimates, the net worth of 59-year-old Gautam Adani surged to $123.7 billion as of Friday's market close, while Warren Buffett's net worth stood at $121.7 billion. Buffett is 91 years old. Adani's estimated $123.7 billion net worth makes him the richest person in India, $19 billion wealthier than the country's number 2, Mukesh Ambani, who's worth an estimated $104.7 billion, Forbes said in a report. There are now only 4 people on the planet richer than Adani. The 4 persons who are richer than Adani include Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, worth an estimated $130.2 billion, French luxury goods king Bernard Arnault, $167.9 billion, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, $170.2 billion, and Tesla and SpaceX chief Elon Musk, $269.7 billion. Reports NDTV. Technology news. The crew of the first fully private mission to the International Space Station departed the orbiting laboratory on Monday to head back to Earth. The 3 businessmen and a former NASA astronaut had spent more than 2 weeks on the station on a history-making mission organized by startup company Axiom Space. The SpaceX capsule undocked from the ISS at 0110 GMT for the return trip and was scheduled to land in the ocean off the coast of Florida at around 1 p.m. local time, 1700 GMT. The 4 men, 3 of whom paid tens of millions of dollars for the rare chance to take part in the mission, were originally scheduled to spend only 8 days on the space station. Bad weather on Earth forced repeated delays in their return. Reports Times of India. Weather news. Heat wave conditions over Gujarat state and East India during next 4 to 5 days, likely to commence over central and northwest India from April 27, 2022. Rain/thunderstorm accompanied with lightning/gusty winds likely to continue over northeast India. Due to trough/wind discontinuity over peninsular India in the lower tropospheric levels, isolated to scattered rainfall with thunderstorm/lightning very likely over Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Rayalaseema during next 5 days. Isolated heavy rainfall very likely over North Kerala on April 25, 2022. Strong surface winds, speed reaching 25 to 35 kilometers per hour, very likely over Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh and Delhi, West Rajasthan on 28th and 29th, and over East Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh on April 29th. Reports India Meteorological Department. Thank you.